Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Hayden Johnson, who is the Marion County Emergency Management Director. Behind us, there is some storm damage from the storm that passed through early on Wednesday, January 30th. Tell us what happened here.
Well, we got a call at 5:49 a.m. this morning. The trailer had been blown off its foundation, and there was some injuries. Rescue and EMS responded and treated and transported two people to Springview Hospital with minor injuries.
Okay, and what's the address out here?
This is 9727 Calvary Road, Campbellsville. This is actually in Marion County.
Okay, it's on Highway 208, right by the Marion-Taylor County line, pretty much.
Correct, right.
Okay. So we had the weather service out here. We're going to talk to them in a minute, but they said it was actually a tornado?
Called it an F0 tornado, and they'll have to give you the technical, how they determine what that really means.
Okay. But it was early this morning. It was just around a little bit after, between 5 and 6.
5:49.
Okay. And there were 5 people, I believe, who were living here at the time, right?
2 adults and 3 children, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 13-year-old. The 7-year-old was injured. He's in surgery at this time for getting some stitches from a laceration. Okay. And then his mother was checked out just to make sure she was complaining of some soreness and pain in her hip.
Okay, so I'll keep you updated on how they're doing, but this is the only damage that you know of in the county? From
We've had some trees down across some of the roads, but nothing that would really be called damage.
Right, okay. And there were alerts that were put out about this, right?
We were under a thunderstorm warning at the time that it went off, and then after it left here, and then we had a tornado warning, radar indicated from the Weather Service up in eastern Marion County, but no damage has been reported.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm here now with Joe Sullivan, who's with the National Weather Service, came out here to Marion County, and you believe that this was an F0 tornado?
Right, technically an EF0, which means that it's the enhanced Fujita scale, but I'm rating it with winds of about 80 to 85 miles an hour.
Okay, great. So is that the bottom scale for a tornado, then the 0?
Right, the EF0 starts at 65 miles an hour, so this was right on the cusp of becoming an EF1, but not quite strong enough. The reason I rated it that as opposed to a stronger one was because this mobile home was not tied down, so we tend to push the estimated wind scale down just a bit.
Okay. Now, how did you determine that it was actually a tornado and not like a wind burst or something else?
Well, part of it was if you look around here, there's no other damage anywhere else, and it really it was like threading the eye of a needle between the other homes on either side of it. Then I went around and I plotted all the debris points and where the house was oriented, where it was pushed to, and where the debris went. The major debris did show a little bit of a leftward movement off of where most of the debris went, which is consistent with these kinds of weak tornadoes.
Now, off right to our side, there's another trailer over there that wasn't even touched. Is that normal?
Right. That's what led me to believe that it was a tornado as opposed to a straight line, which would tend to be broader and would have affected that home over there and this one over here, which had virtually no damage.
Okay. And do you think it just popped down and popped right back up again?
Right. If you look around here, we're almost at the highest point around, and you're almost looking downhill in every direction. And so really what was happening was we had this rotation that was coming across, and it was trying to make its way down, and the land really came up to meet it.
Has there been any other records of this tornado hitting anywhere else in the area?
Not yet that we know of, but we did have tight circulation as it continued off toward the northeast and northeast. So if we find out any more about it, I wouldn't be surprised to see some other brief touchdowns over that way.
Now, is this rare for something to occur in January?
Not anymore, it seems like. We get a lot of these January and February ones with the squall lines that come through, unfortunately, in the last 5 or 6 years or so.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
You bet.
I'm here now with Cody Colvin, who was actually in the house when the tornado went through, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell us, what did you hear?
Huh?
What did you hear when this was happening?
Well, as soon as I woke up, I just started hearing, it started hailing real bad, and then the house started to shake real bad, and then it started to sound like a train going, roaring and stuff, and all of a sudden, my mom turned on the light, and then the roof just caved in on us.
Now, where were you? You were sleeping, obviously, at the time, because it was early, right?
Yes.
Where in the trailer were you?
I was in the living room, right over there, right there where that window's coming out.
Okay.
And
so where the roof is still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I jumped out right there, and I grabbed my dad because where he had fell out, and I got on my mom and my brother and my sister out, and we come over here in my uncle's house and sat down until the ambulance got here, and they got my brother and took him to the hospital.
And you said that he's going into the operating room,
Yes.
but he's doing okay for right now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there was one other individual who was injured at the time as well, right?
Yes, that was my mom.
And she's doing okay?
Yeah.
Now, where were the others in the house? You were down here where the roof's still on. Who was down in the ends where the roof was actually blown off?
My brother, he was in the far room back there, where the roof is took off and the sidings, and we think that he had just went through the window, but we don't know. And my mom, she had slept in there with him, and my dad was in there in the living room with me, and my sister, she was in this room back here where the roof is still on and everything. And the door, when it hit, the door was wedged, so she couldn't get out. So we had to go in there and get her out.
It's kind of a scary situation.
Yes, it is.
But you didn't actually see any of the rotation, I assume, right?
No.
Well, thank you very much for talking with me. I'm glad that your brother's doing better and your mom's okay. And again, he was in the house when the tornado came through on Wednesday, January 30th. Thank you.
Thank you very much.